We move on to afternoon action, 4:25 p.m. Eastern. The LA Chargers making a big run. Winners of 4 straight. 10-6, 5-3 on the road at Denver Broncos, 4-12, 3-4 at home. We're at Empire Field at Mile High, Denver, Colorado, 42 Fahrenheit, sunny, 7 miles per hour. We will start with the line history here for this one. And the Chargers open up at -3 at -113. -116 and now -3, -113. This 3 moved to 3.5. It moved to it was -127 the juice, but it's back at 3. From a total side of things, it's opened up slightly juiced to the under at 40. That's where it is. No movement there. Take a look at the cash flow for Chargers Broncos here. 1,977 tickets. There's no help. 53% of the tickets are on the Chargers. 59% of the tickets are on the over. No cash flow and no help. Chargers are the number 5 seed after the Ravens loss Sunday night. They clinched that spot with a win in Week 18 and would play the AFC South champ on Wild Card Weekend instead of anyone from the Bills, Bengals, Chiefs trio. The Chargers win tiebreakers against the Bengals and Ravens. So they badly want to stay in that spot. Badly. So they come in off a dominant 31-10 win at home over the Rams. They've won 4 straight. They're peaking at the right time. Offense put up 431 total yards, 8 of 13 on third down, and 3 of 3 in the red zone. That's when you know offense is humming. Herbert, 21-28 for 212 yards. You have Williams and Keenan Allen, both healthy, both alphas. Williams caught 7 for 94. Allen caught 5 for 60. Eckler, 10 carries for 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Offensive line giving holes that he hasn't seen all year long. He also caught 4 for 39. NFL leading 18 touchdowns for Eckler this year, 13 rushing, 5 receiving, and he reached 100 receptions. So he joins LaDainian Tomlinson, Larry Centers, Matt Forte, and Christian McCaffrey as the only running backs to achieve 100 receptions. McCaffrey's the only running back to do that for 2 seasons. The 103 receptions by Eckler are the third most in the season by a running back. McCaffrey had 116 in 2019 and 107 in 2018. So this could easily end up being the second most receptions by running back in NFL history. The defense shut down the Rams. They held the Rams to just 12 first downs, 277 total yards. Rams made just 1 appearance in the red zone, finished with 3 sacks and 4 quarterback hits. Birdie looking at the over, Terry Walker looking at the under. Broncos can finally put an end to this awful season. They come in off a 27-24 loss at Kansas City, 15th straight loss to the Chiefs. They looked much better in this game, their first under interim coach, Jerry Rosberg. Wilson was 26-38 for 222 yards, touchdown, and a pick. He also ran 4 times for 27, 2 touchdowns, did lose a fumble. As a team, they ran 24 times for 117 yards. Okwukbunam caught 3 for 45 and a touchdown. Cortland Sutton caught 4 for 44. The offense looked much better in their first game with their third play caller of the season in Justin Newton, their new offensive coordinator. We'll see how long he holds on to that job, but they did look better. The offense held the ball for 33 minutes, 6 seconds, 2 of 2 in the red zone. The defense was strong despite not putting much pressure on Mahomes. 0 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, but they held the Chiefs to 2 of 9 on third down. But again, they couldn't stymie the Chiefs in the red zone. The Chiefs were 4 or 5. Justin Simmons had an interception. Baron Browning, who's looked quite good this year when he's been healthy, he's inactive with the back injury. He's not coming back for the last one. DJ Jones, defensive lineman DL Jones was also inactive. Marlon Mack has a hamstring injury left in the first quarter. Dalton Risner, he's going to miss the final game. Their left guard, he strained his UCL on his left elbow. And cornerback Damari Mathis is in concussion protocol. So Broncos still dealing with a bunch of injuries, and Chargers are building steam. Take it away here, Andy. Chargers, Broncos.
Yeah, when I first pulled this up this week, I'm like, did the Chargers have anything to play for? I, obviously dug in, getting the 5 seed, getting to play. And I love the Jaguars. I'm a big Jaguars guy, but if I'm a coach, I'd rather play the Jaguars than the other 3 options of division champs. Maybe not if it's Baltimore by accident, it's Huntley, but without knowing what you know, as much as you can know, I'd much rather get this 5 seed. So yeah, they have everything to play for. And at the same time, this Broncos defense is trending worse than they have been all season. And the offense is suddenly working a little. Like that was Russell Wilson's best. That was probably the Broncos' best game. Like from both sides of the ball, where they, and a lot of it was on the Chiefs, but the Broncos looked like an NFL team for a little bit. So I tend to agree with the chat here. This total's probably a little low. I know I've been, I made hay all year on Denver unders, but if the offense is going to kind of show up, the defense is back to human rather than superhuman, and the Chargers have something to play for with these receivers, the way they've been playing over the last few weeks, yeah, over there. Fuck it, let's just bet the whole card.
Well, why would they only be hanging a 3 here? I know it's slightly juiced, but feels like they're sitting there in the books knowing that they're going to take a ton of Chargers cash.
It's still a road game. It's still a tough place to play, especially late this time of year. So, and Terry's pointing out Russell only showed up for Patrick. I don't know. This is a bit of a rivalry game against a good quarterback too. Yeah, Birdie's making a good point to maybe the first half over. I'm going to pass on this. I'm not going to bet anything, but looking at that over, this Denver offense did look, it had some signs of life with, Russell playing like a half decent quarterback and having a receiver contribute a little. Chargers defense is it hasn't been at full strength for 10 years. So I think you can probably take advantage here and there. And yeah, the Chargers receivers are really good. When they're healthy and they're on the field, Jesus, it's a good one too. So looking at the over, staying off it.
I find both bets appealing, the over as well as the Chargers -3. I mean, if the Chargers are in a situation where they maybe need is maybe a little too much, but they want to win here. If they can't go into Denver and win, what chance do they have of going into Jacksonville and winning or making a run through the playoffs? They got to keep winning here. So, okay, I'm interested in these spots here. So let me so the fact that it's a road divisional game and the Denver offense showed signs of life, with Rosberg now in charge, that's going to keep you off betting the Chargers here at -3.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of betting the Chargers ever. They have a brain-dead coach who just makes poor decisions. We've seen some really, really poor coordinating on the offensive side of the ball. Like, they have a very poor coaching staff. It's going to cost them in the playoffs. They have a good quarterback. They have a great 1-2 combination at receiver. They have an awesome running back who can catch the ball. They have some elite pieces on defense at all three levels. And just the coaching and coordinating is just going to cost this team a chance to hang with the big boys. This team could be getting into a spot where they're just as good as Cincinnati and Buffalo and Kansas City, and they're getting held back. So, yeah, not a Chargers bet. I don't like betting this team on the road against anybody, especially a divisional foe who is playing up a little. So over or nothing for me.
I don't like Staley at all, but they do, as you say, have some really nice pieces. Okay, I'm going to need more time to sit with that. And then just for final, just because I might move on these tonight, what's keeping you off either first half over or full game over? What's keeping you off adding it?
Kind of the same thing. Like, I worry about the Chargers game plan where it's like, all right, we tried. We're not getting the 5 seed. Apparently, we look like shit. We're making some bad decisions. Like, games like this seem to get away from them all the time, especially on the road. So, I'm not excited about batting anything in this one, truthfully.
Okay, we'll move on.